Um, Hello and welcome everyone to July's healing. I'm super excited today. Welcome goddesses, queens, everyone, beautiful women. So today we are going to be looking at breaking free from the shackles. And I feel really powerful about this, which I'll talk about in a minute, of the good girl image, the good girl saying, like, what we've been brought up as women to be the good girls and be a good girl and not speak our truth, not, God forbid, say anything different or what people don't want us to say. So that's what we're going to look at tonight. And I really want to do this to what really came through strongly was for our ancestors as well, because although we might have been conditioned to do good girl stuff, so I'm saying, like, teachers, you know, we're rewarded for good behavior. It could have even been in the office, like, don't speak up about that because you might not get your bonus, you might not get a promotion, you know, or it could have even been parents. You know, they wanted an easy life. So it was like, if you're a good girl, you get rewarded for it. Even Santa Claus, if you're a good girl, you get presents. But what does good girl actually mean? I feel it's society's rules, and it's mainly, at the moment, the structures are crumbling in this new paradigm that we're in. But a lot of society's rules were set up by men or people in power, authority, aristocracy, who created these rules, and children should be seen and not heard. Women should be seen and not heard the same. So that's what I kind of want to look at today. And what really, it was so strong that came through. The goddess that I want to work with today, and I can feel her within me on fire, is Kali, the goddess, Hindu goddess of destruction, destroyer, but also rebirth and cycles. And out of destruction, it is said that out of nothingness, she can create your hopes and dreams. So she can build things up or she can destroy stuff. And I really feel like looking at kind of healing, how do I put this? Healing a lot of the wounds from our female ancestors who missed out on opportunities. Perhaps they were, perhaps they were experienced sexual harassment in the office, but couldn't say anything because they didn't want to lose their job. Like, that's what I'm talking about here, that good girl that's kind of being imposed upon us from society and from a very young age. And I want to heal that, not just for us, because we're probably carrying that trauma in our, I was going to use another word, but then, carrying that trauma in us on a cellular level from our ancestors. So it's going to be a lot of love today, but a lot of, like, activating that Kali energy, that, like, you know, she's the destroyer of worlds if she chooses. And that divine feminine empowerment, that's what I want to come through in today's session. Oh yeah, I like the sound of that. Great. Like, honestly, it's like buzzing through me, this energy right now. I'm really feeling it. So yes. So let me know in the chat where you're from in the world, because I love knowing, because I'm nosy. And like I said, I won't read anyone's names out, so you're completely safe if you feel free to do that. For those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Lucy, and I'm the founder of Energetic Essence Healing. I'm also on a mission to heal the world one woman at a time through love and leadership. And I help you embody the empowered, wealthy. Oh, actually, what's coming through right now as I'm channeling is remember who you are and embody the empowered, wealthy, turned on queen you were born to be. Because we're all born as queens, and then we kind of forget it along the way when we have experiences that happen to us. This is a safe space. I'm just going to reiterate this. where we can come together, women can come together in a safe space, no judgment is here, and just enjoy being in a space where there is no judgment, and it is women supporting women, and just be in that energy. And I've already mentioned I won't read out names. And if I can ask you to take responsibility for your own healing, this is your journey. So if things get intense, which they might do today, because Kali energy is intense energy, then what I suggest is just stop. You can just stop if it's not comfortable for you. Or what I do is, if it gets intense, I tend to just tap on my collarbone here, because that point really shifts stuff for me. Because what I feel is that this is hitting the vibrations of our heart, where stuff could be stored, but also our lungs as well, which is where we expand and move into something new. I just want to check, is there any, because I know that I got a beautiful email once off this lady who shared that her and her daughter had joined me live, and they'd had wonderful healing from it, and it really helped because they were going through something at the time. Can I just check if there is any young people tonight on this call? Because there's maybe a couple of things that I want to share which you might not feel is appropriate for younger children. So if you could just let me know in the chat, because I could tailor it slightly and also maybe watch my language. So yeah, if you could just let me know, that would be great. And I'm just going to have a little look here at who is joining. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, we've got, I'm trying to go back to the Scotland. Hello, Southern Spain. Hi, San Diego, California. Wow, India, amazing. Little Rock, USA, amazing. North California, first time here. Welcome, welcome. Athens, Greece. I just love it. It gets me so excited. Birmingham, UK. Hello. You're not far from me. Kenya, amazing. Oh, I'm super excited that you're here as well. Herefordshire. I'm on the border. I'm in Gloucester, and like literally Herefordshire border is like 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away. Coventry today, a journey northwards. Oh, no kids with me. Beautiful. This is about you. No kids here. That's amazing. No kids here. Amazing. Loving the international aspect of this call. Me too. I freaking love it. Okay, brilliant. I just wanted to clear that up. So I will get started. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. So I just wanted to let you know that, oh no, sorry. I just wanted to let you know that my energy clearing activation sessions, they're like my one-off sessions. I'm going to be stopping doing them the end of this month, July, because it's not feeling aligned to where I want to go anymore, because I really love going on journeys with the women that I work with, because I like to go deep. And so although we get beautiful transformation in one session, I want to keep going. So I just wanted to let you know. And also Goddess Awakening next month, if you are interested. So that's my program, which you can join monthly, or you can join us for the whole journey. And it's a focus on the 12 main chakras and activating them, and a different goddess each month. Next month is the throat chakra, which is all about communication and self-expression, which might be of interest to you lovely ladies, because that is something that we have been silenced with over the years, our voice. So I will put a link to that on my website. I'm like, what am I doing, Lucy? I'm too excited. That's what I am. I'm too excited. I'll put, there's my website. Check it out. Okay. Right. So this good girl image. So when I was really like meditating on this and like coming into this more, I was thinking it's even started from a young age. You know, it might be parents, might be school, but then even when you're a teenager, like I remember being at school. You might have a different experience. I'm just sharing my experience. I remember at school, like for women, that's probably the equivalent for men, but women is my experience, being a woman. Like when you were a teenager, you were kind of in two camps. You could be frigid or you could be a slut. Like, and there's this like really fine line that us women had to walk down, that was constructed by society, mainly I'm going to say by men. Like I didn't feel that it was women in my school, it wasn't women shaming other women, it was the men. And then when I was then looking at ancestors, I was looking back in the matrix of everything before this healing session, and I was just looking at, you know, I'm hoping it's better now, I don't know, but like in older times, if a man decided to ruin a woman, he could, because she didn't want to marry him, she didn't like his advances, she didn't want to sleep with him. They had the ability to make you destitute with one word, you know. And then if you add to that the fact that we weren't allowed our own bank accounts, we weren't allowed to vote, you know, we had to bore a son, otherwise we could lose our house, you know, we had to get married, really, like unless you were wealthy, which a lot of the women I've worked with and done past lives, that like a lot of our past lives aren't that kind or fun for us, then unless you were very wealthy, you had to marry, really. So there's all these restraints to be a good wife, to be a good girl, to be a good employee, you know. I when I worked in London as an editor back in I don't know, the 20s, when, I don't know, 2010, I think 2008, that kind of time, I saw sexual harassment in the office, like, and it was so awkward, and I didn't stand up for it because I was scared. I didn't want to be the one that, like, you know, who got fired or like things like that. Yeah, to be obedient. Yes, wow, rape in marriage was only made illegal in the 1980s or 1990s. Yeah, exactly. I think you're probably talking about the UK there, so I don't know where else, if that law's even been passed. So this kind of meek, like not speak your truth, not stand up for yourself for fear of, you know, losing your job or fear of losing your marriage or losing your kids or whatever. That's what I really want to work on today. And it might not necessarily be for you per se, like maybe I have a complete internal battle when I come to write my social media posts, I'm not going to lie to you, or even my weekly love letters, with good girl Lucy and Lucy who wants to say it how Lucy wants to say it. Like it's always this complete internal turmoil and battle with me, for being the good girl and to just be speak my truth. And then my other notes I put here from my meditation was, who does the good girl benefit? Because I'm not sure it's you, right? I'm not sure it's your ancestors either. So that's why I would look. That's why I want to look into that. And the other thing, when I was looking at this in the ancestors, it was really quite sad because a lot of grief came up. And a lot of sadness for missed opportunities for our ancestors, our women ancestors. And it was kind of a little bit overwhelming. So it might get a little bit intense tonight. I'm not going to lie, if we're going to tap into the collective consciousness of us ancestors as well. So if that does, if you're comfortable crying, like I said, I can't see you guys anyway, but like, just allow it to flow, because those tears might not be yours. They might be an aunt's or a great grandma's or something like that. Or it could be a sister, like from many years ago. But yeah, and the thing with grief and sadness is they're very dense and heavy emotions, and they live in our lungs. And our lungs are a sign of expansion and growth and moving forward. So I kind of feel like we're doing it for the planet at this time. So us women can kind of take a seat at the table and release some of this inequality baggage that we might be not realizing we're carrying. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm just going to take some water because I'm quite thirsty because I'm a bit passionate about this. Oh, I just let someone in. 1 moment. There's quite a few Lucy's on the call tonight, which is kind of cool. Right. So I'm going to start with tapping. So if you've not like been with me before, like what I do is just tap on several points around the body. You literally just repeat after me. If you can speak out loud, that's even better, because like I said before, us women have been silenced for years and not really had our voice. So it really helps. And there's a healing in just speaking stuff as well, because it carries a vibration. And just tap along with me. And what the way I like to do it is let out the like lower vibrations, the trauma, the negative stuff. I don't really like using that word, but like the heavier, denser stuff first to clear that out. And then I like to fill in with the more lighter stuff, or like today I'm going to use words like courage and love. So that's when we fill in with that, when we've created space for it. So again, if it gets a bit heavy, then just tap on the collarbone, or just use your intuition and do what's right for you. And then I'm going to go into like a visualization and meditation with Kali. But if you know anything about Kali, she does what she wants. So I have no idea how that's going to go. So just be open, allow the energy to move through you, and just know that you're doing this for your ancestors and every woman on the planet that's ever been, because time doesn't exist. So in all the timelines right now. Okay, well, some more water and then I'm ready. Okay, I've got it. So I'm going to stop. I'm just going to jump straight on top of the head. All this injustice, all this collective injustice for women around the world, for us women throughout the ages. We've been at a disadvantage for millennia now. I'm not sure where it all went wrong. And it's not really my job to know. But I do know there was a time when women were equal. Women were revered. We were honored. We were respected. And we were loved. And we felt supported. And we didn't feel persecuted. We felt free to express ourselves, whether that was being a midwife, whether that was learning about plants, a herbalist, whether that was having visions. So right now, the period I'm in is actually like the witch trials, where we were burned at the stake and stuff like that. That's where I am historically, if you want a reference. Where when we were connected to the earth or the divine, We were persecuted. Just breathe it out if it's getting intense. We watched our fellow sisters or mums or aunts persecuted. So right back then, we learnt to be good girls. We were so clever. We learnt the way to get ahead in life was to be a good girl. Oh, I'm feeling the tears prick my eyes. Was to follow the rules that the men in society made, was to make sure that I blended in. I didn't want to stand out because of fear of retribution, punishment, being ostracized, getting my family into trouble if I didn't do what society told me and I wasn't a good girl. And even at school, just being a good girl, following the rules, fear of getting into trouble, fear of bringing shame on myself and the family. All this collective shame and guilt. All the shame and guilt that I'm feeling right now for all women who maybe weren't good girls, who decided to speak up, not follow the rules, and were persecuted, or the women that were the good girls but had to suffer in silence because they weren't being true to themselves for fear of judgment. All this fear, I can feel it so heavy in my lungs. So if you can breathe, like let the air to move it through. All this fear. All this fear of doing the wrong thing. All this fear of not being a good girl. All this fear that I'm going to disappoint someone. Even now at this age. This constant battle within me of being the good girl, getting approval, feeling accepted, but then it feeling uncomfortable because sometimes it just doesn't feel right to me. Sometimes keeping quiet doesn't feel good to me. Sometimes not sticking up for myself doesn't feel good to me. Sometimes not following the rules doesn't feel comfortable. But I know it's the right thing to do. All this internal battle, all this internal conditioning of a good girl through the generations. I choose to acknowledge it right now, and I choose to break it. I choose to let it all go. I choose to end this now for all my female ancestors who missed opportunities, who had to suffer in silence to be able to survive. And I lovingly thank them for this sacrifice. But I say no more. This stops today with me. I'm going to decide what a good girl is for me. And you know what? I might not even choose to use those words because I've realized they hold too much trauma for me and restriction. I want to feel free and liberated to express myself, to speak my truth, to honor who I am, and honor all the women around the world of all ages, throughout the ages, who had to play the good girl in order to survive. Now, this is going to take courage. So I'm going to take a deep breath in and imagine that that is courage. And that is compassion and love for myself. I am choosing right now to fill myself with love and compassion for any time I played or was the good girl and I didn't want to be. Every time I played the good girl, but it didn't feel right or sit right with me, I forgive myself for that right now. I give myself the biggest hug and so much love because that's what society taught me. That's what my family taught me. That's what my ancestors taught me. Lovingly so we could survive. But it stops today. I'm going to start creating my own rules. I'm going to play by my own rules. As I see these archaic inequality structures falling down around me, their time is up. And so is the good girls. It's time that I embodied who I truly am and feel confident and courageous enough to ask for what I want without fear or judgment. And if I am judged, they're not my people. I don't really want to be hanging out with them anyway. I'm choosing to call in to my friendship circle, to my sphere, beautiful souls who support and encourage me to be me without fear of judgment. We're going to clear that actually. All this judgment, all this fear of judgment, I'm choosing to acknowledge it all. Oh, I can feel it running through my body. And I'm choosing to release it. Clear it all out. Clear out this fear of judgment on all levels of collective consciousness, the collective and my own. My brilliant, beautiful mind. I'm just seeing these shackles, these good girl shackles leaving my mind. Like if you want to imagine that, just breaking free of those restraints, because there's even good girl shackles on like cleverness, intelligence, smarts as well. My beautiful, amazing body, clearing the fear of judgment from my nervous system, my spine, so I stand up taller, my beautiful heart and lungs, my energy, and on a cellular level too. And clearing this fear of judgment and persecution across all time and space, dimensions, realities, and realms. And I'm choosing in this moment to send so much love and compassion to those women who've come before us and to all my female ancestors, letting them know that I love them and I understand the decisions that some of them had to make that weren't aligned with their true self. And I'm just sending them love and forgiveness and compassion. So how I do this is I imagine like behind me is all my ancestors like holograms on all sides. And I just send love right from the back of my chest where my heart is, and compassion and forgiveness all the way back through all timelines. And maybe if we just want to bring your hands down to tap on your collarbone and just focus on that. I'm struggling to speak and do that at the same time. So I'm just going to send tapping on my collarbone to release any of that fear still, and then sending love from the back of my chest out through all my ancestors. You are a powerful divine being, my love. So just sending love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding. Oh. And as that goes out infinitely, you feel it come back. Oh, like a wave, a massive wave. It comes back to you tenfold from all your ancestors. Oh, that love which we receive in the back of our chests. So receiving all that love, all that healing, all that compassion. And then we give from the front of our chest. So just imagine, if you want to give it a color, this energy of love and compassion and forgiveness. Mine's like pink, gold, sparkly. And then I imagine it coming out the front of my chest, this powerful love force, healing energy out the front of my chest, over the top of my head. All of it right now is going over the top of your head and then in through the back of your chest where we receive. And it's opening up the back of your chest, because as it's healing, this powerful ancestral love is healing you and your ancestors and the collective consciousness and the world. Like it's opening up your capacity to receive even more love from the universe. I feel the universe and the divine are two separate things, but it's all one. So just open, you can see your back opening up, just receiving that love, allowing it to flow through. And then as it comes down, allowing it to come down the back of your chest, the back of your back, and see it or feel it or sense it going into every one of your muscles. You can stop tapping if you want, it's completely up to you, you do you. And see it going into all your bones, like this love and this healing, strengthening your bones, making you sit upright, making you pull your shoulders back, take up space on this earth right now. You've got that permission. And just imagine it coming down into every cell, every atom of your being, as it comes down your beautiful back into your sitting bones, into your pelvis, strengthening it all, down into your beautiful thighs, your legs, into the bones, into your knees. Let's send the knees some love, because sometimes we do forget them. And then down into your calf muscles. And as it's going, it's like softening. It's interesting because it's like this strength, this empowerment that's coming through, because you've got all your ancestors right now with you in your room. But there's a softening, there's a letting go. It's this beautiful dance. So just softening and letting go, softening into the empowerment, softening into the strength, like just letting it go, letting all this fear and anxiety go, and just being, feeling the wholeness of your being. This energy coming down into your feet, and then down into your Earth Star chakra, which is about 30 centimeters below your feet. I don't know what that is in inches, I'm afraid. And just like the Earth Star chakra is a chakra that keeps us connected to the earth and as a human being here, right here on planet Earth. And it's like a rich brown soil nutrient color, and it spins like a vortex disc of energy clockwise. And in the center, it's magenta. So just see this beautiful swirling disc of energy connecting you to planet Earth right now, and its vibrancy. Beautiful. And then bring it down to Mother Earth herself. And I imagine that at the heart of the earth, there's this pulsing, beautiful rose quartz, because that's the crystal of the heart, one of them, pulsing away, this rose crystal quartz with love and the rhythm of life itself on planet Earth right here. Mother Earth, she always, the seedling sprouts into the flower, like all of it, or the fish or whatever, just and the oxygen, just that rhythm of life. And just imagine, if you want, like little tentacles or little roots, whatever works for you, whatever color you want, this is your visualization. Wrapping them round, lovingly embracing Mother Earth's beating heart and that rhythm. And every time you feel that pulse of love, that heartbeat of love, it sends it up your little roots, all the way back to your feet, your tailbone, into your body. So there's this beautiful expansiveness, this beautiful connection of who you truly are. And with this energy, this is almost feeling safe and secure to be you and express you. There's no good girl here. It is you. There's no girl here or woman. It's just you. It's your soul. And then just allowing this energy to come all the way up the front of you, all the way up to the front of your chest and to your beautiful throat chakra, which is bright blue, and that's a spinning disc of energy as well. And just allowing that to activate. And then speak your truth, allowing that love and that compassion and that forgiveness to flow through your entire being. And as you're allowing that to happen, then what I would love for you to do is just activate the goddess Kali. So all of these goddesses are within us, so you can choose to activate her. Choose to activate her in whatever way you would like. She stands for joy. She stands for rebirth. She stands for endings of cycles, but that means stepping into something new. Maybe there's some stuff that you need to let go of so you can go to your next evolution. She stands for courage. She stands for change. So whatever quality that you would like to magnetize and make tenfold, a millionfold more powerful within yourself, call upon Kali to help you activate that. Feel her energy, the destroyer of worlds, but also the creator of worlds. Is there stuff that you need to destroy before you can create your new life? Call upon your ancestors to help if that's what feels good to you. Call on Mother Earth to help if that's what feels good to you. Call on the divine to help. They're all aspects of you. They're all within you. And with this powerful energy, I want you to shoot it up all the way to your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. And then I believe that our chakras are infinite, going from the crown chakra all the way, plugging us into the universe, and from our feet, plugging us all the way down into Mother Earth. So your crown chakra, send this energy up, out into the universe. You're a transmitter, you're a radio transmitter. Send that badass frequency up into the universe, and let's see what comes back. Let's see what opportunities present themselves to you. Let's see what people you magnetize and draw into your life like the queen you are, so that you can live your life how you truly want to, and as your true self, not society's constraints. If you want, see those shackles of society's good girl image and personifications falling away from you, and then watch your wings, your angel wings, unfold as the angelic divine being that you are. And I'm imagining Kali kind of in my little sort of stomach womb area, like beautiful Kali energy there. Like in Chinese medicine, they say that there's the fire that goes from the genitals up through the stomach, up through the digestive tract to the heart, and that fire is passion, that fire is joy, that fire is transformation and compassion as well. So Kali's quite fiery as well, so just imagine that fire coming up the front, just you arriving, and with your angel wings unfolding behind you. Oh, and I'm also seeing in my visualization, but this is mine, it might not be yours, the moon as well, which is a representation of the feminine. A beautiful big moon illuminating what we might need to still let go of, so we can fully embrace ourselves, fully love ourselves, and courageously step forward to create the life we desire, and to ask for it. This keeps coming through to me, that ask for what we want with no shame. Ask for our desires with no shame. Feeling the fullness of your beautiful divine self and your human self, your beautiful human self as well. It's all beautiful. With giving thanks to our wonderful ancestors and everyone who showed up here tonight with us, who maybe we can see or we can't see because they're in a different frequency. So maybe family members that have passed on. And then thanking the Kali within you, the divine within you, honoring and thanking your beautiful self for showing up tonight and doing this powerful healing for all women throughout time and space. And maybe put your hands on your heart, and I'm just going to be quiet for a minute and just allow these energies to flow through you, and the energy of gratitude as well. and feeling that courage in your belly, that fire in your belly, that Kali in your belly. And then just asking Kali, the divine, the universe, whatever you choose, maybe even your ancestors, maybe just you want to ask yourself, just ask, what is your next step? What is your next step to take? It might come in a image, it might come as a word, it might just come as a feeling. All is welcome here, just allow it. It might come as something that you might not understand, but then it'll make sense in a week's time, maybe even a month. Just allow it. And then just being in your glory with your wings open. I really honor you. And I thank you for being with me here tonight, both if you're on this call live and on the replay. And then when you're ready, but only when you feel you're ready, this is your time, when you feel you've embodied those energies, and maybe I'm getting there's some people that might just have a little bit they want to say to some of their ancestors or angels or guides, which might have shown up for them. If you want to just have a little conversation with them, go ahead. This is your healing, not mine. But for those of you that are ready and feel embodied, we're going to take a deep breath in, rising that energy, that Kali energy, that courage, that joy, that openness, the shoulders back, maybe straighten the crown on top of your head so that you are ready to go after this. And when you're ready, but only when you're ready and in your own time, open your eyes. Ooh. Ooh, that was quite, I feel empty but full at the same time. If anyone feels that they would like to share their experience in this beautiful sacred circle, then please feel free in the chat. But if you don't, then I'm struggling with my words here. That if you don't feel you want to share your experience, that's totally cool as well. Like, all is welcome here. I'm going to just take some water. I'll have some tea. Okay, my lovelies. Well, thank you. I've got, between each of the phrases you uttered, I heard the words, "Oh, my sisters." I saw a young girl in Puritan England being told that her family had to pretend to be what they were not in order to survive. Yeah. I've just got some stuff come through World War II as well. Jewish people. It's just throughout time. I hope it was okay. Like, not sorry, I'm going to change my words. I just do what the divine tells me to do, and I just know it is for the highest good of everyone, what I do. But this was quite a heavy one, a deep one. So if you need to like sit with it or give yourself a hug, then just do what you need to do. Like, if you need to drink a herbal tea and go and sit in your garden, do that. Like, if you need to do some yoga to move some of the energy through, do that. If you need a bath, whatever it is, if you want to have a bath, I would recommend some salts to neutralize the energy. Amazing as always. Oh, thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. It was moving and powerful. Thank you. Yes. Ah, thank you. I feel bold, empowered. Yes. I saw myself as a mighty angel walking through the fire. Yes. I always feel Kali's very fire energy because the destroyer and destruction of worlds. And I feel like the reason I was called to work with her is because I do feel like the old paradigm is crumbling, is falling, and that's why there's so much chaos in the world right now. But like out of chaos can come rebirth and a better world. So yeah, but that is not to say that I'm not compassionate and that I agree with what's going on. But yeah, thank you everyone tonight. Thank you for those that are with me. Thank you for those that have watched the replay. Honestly, me and my entourage, we're just so grateful for you to showing up tonight and doing the work, because this one really felt like it wasn't just for us, it was for all women of all time. At the end, when we asked what to do next, Kali said that I had already done it. Yes! And I would see what she meant in 3 days' time. Oh, yes! Oh, please message me and let me know. I just love that. I would love to receive that. Yeah, I love anything like that, like any celebrations or any little coincidence that happen. Do let me know. Like, I'm so open to it. You can message me on Instagram or email me. Like, I love it. I love it. I read them all. Okay, my darlings, I'm gonna have to go because I am really not in this world right now. I'm in a different dimension. But I love you all. Stay safe, and if you can join me next month, that would be amazing. I love you. Bye.